Hi everyone, I'm Brian. Welcome back to the Cashflow Desk. Today we're talking about preparing for an audit when you're working with a small finance team. If you've got an audit coming up and you're thinking how you're supposed to handle what feels like a mountain of requests, this video is going to help you get organized and keep your sanity intact. Let's start with the reality of small finance teams during audit season. You're already handling day-to-day accounting, month-end close, budgeting, and probably a dozen other things. Now add audit prep on top of that, and it can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, audits are predictable. The requests might feel endless, but they follow patterns. Once you know what's coming and get organized up front, the whole process becomes much more manageable. The key is preparation, not panic. The biggest mistake small teams make is waiting until the auditors show up to start organizing. Start your prep at least 6 to 8 weeks before the audit begins. Create a master checklist of everything you'll need: trial balances, bank reconciliations, contracts, invoices, payroll records, the works. Assign ownership. If you've got 3 people on your team, one person should own accounts receivable and revenue documentation, another handles payables and expenses, and the third manages cash, payroll, and fixed assets. Clear ownership prevents things from falling through the cracks. Set up a shared folder system that mirrors how auditors typically organize their requests. Create folders for each major account or process and start populating them early. Auditors ask for the same core items every year, so you can get ahead of most requests. They'll want detailed trial balances, bank reconciliations for every account, and support for any journal entries over a certain threshold. Have these ready to go. For revenue, they'll sample invoices and contracts. Pull your largest transactions and any unusual deals from the year. If you've got subscription revenue or multi-element arrangements, organize those contracts with clear payment terms highlighted. On the expense side, expect requests for vendor invoices, payroll records, and documentation for any large or unusual expenses. If you made significant purchases or had one-time costs, gather that support early. And don't forget the basics: corporate resolutions, board minutes, legal agreements, and insurance policies. These aren't glamorous, but auditors need them. When you're working with a small team, organization is everything. Create a standard naming convention for files. Something like 2024 Bank Rec Chase December is way better than Deck Bank Stuff Final version 2. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later when you're searching for documents at 9 p.m. For invoices and contracts, consider scanning everything into PDFs if you haven't already. Auditors can work with digital files much faster than paper, and it's easier for your team to find things quickly. Keep a log of what you've provided and when. Auditors sometimes ask for the same thing twice, and having a log helps you respond quickly without scrambling. With a small team, communication becomes critical during audit season. Set up daily check-ins during the audit. 5 minutes each morning to talk through what's on deck, what's been completed, and where people might need help. This prevents bottlenecks and keeps everyone aligned. When auditors send requests, acknowledge them quickly and give realistic timelines. If they ask for something that'll take 2 days to pull together, tell them that upfront rather than scrambling to deliver something incomplete. And here's a pro tip: designate one person as the main point of contact with the audit team. Having 3 people responding to the same auditor creates confusion and duplicate work. During audit season, your regular work doesn't stop. You still need to process payroll, pay vendors, and handle the day-to-day. Consider temporarily adjusting some deadlines. Maybe month-end close takes an extra day during audit weeks, or non-urgent projects get pushed back a few weeks. That's normal and expected. If budget allows, bring in temporary help for data entry or basic tasks. Even having someone handle filing, scanning, or organizing documents can free up your core team for the complex audit requests. And don't try to do everything perfectly. Auditors need accurate information, but they don't need your prettiest spreadsheet. Focus on completeness and accuracy over formatting. Every audit teaches you something about how to do it better next time. Keep notes throughout the process. What requests caught you off guard? What took longer than expected? What would you organize differently? After the audit wraps up, spend an hour with your team doing a quick retrospective. Document what worked well and what you'd change. This becomes your playbook for next year. Consider whether any of your processes need updating based on what the auditors found challenging. Sometimes a small change in how you document transactions can save hours during the next audit. Here's the bottom line. Audits with small teams are absolutely manageable if you start early, stay organized, and communicate well. The key is treating it like any other project, break it down, assign ownership, and execute systematically. If this was helpful, hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you've got specific audit challenges you'd like us to address. Thanks for watching. I'm Brian, and I'll see you in the next one.